Welcome on another episode of Startup Greece SG Talks. And I'm welcoming Stavros Symeonidis, the founder of LASI. Welcome, Stavros.
Thank you for having me on.
It's a pleasure having you here. And I will act as if I do not know that you're in London currently.
Oh, that's funny.
So where are you right now?
Right. Okay. So right now I'm in London, in an area called Isleworth. Came here about 9 years ago. Came here as a student, then I stayed here. Yeah, pretty much. And I've been working on like a bunch of stuff for ages now, without even having come to Greece for quite a bit of time. I visited in October, after 5 years of being abroad.
Okay, so
Uh,
what's your connection to Greece? Where do you come from?
so I guess my family is from all over the place. From my father's side, I'm Pontic. From my mother's side, I'm Saragachanos. My grandparents live in somewhere in central Greece. It's a village called Tithorea.
I
And
know it. I've been there actually.
oh, awesome! How was it?
It was very nice. It was I also went to in a gym in Pithorea. Great. It was great. Dope. I'm not joking.
No way! No
Yeah,
way!
I've been in a
No
gym in
way.
Pithorea.
That's bizarre. I
I haven't
visited a
told you
place
that.
called. Mhm.
You are from all over Greece. Last time you visited was October after 5 years. So you are a pure British person by now, I guess. And the
No to the slightest. No to the slightest.
and the question is, so what can you please tell me a couple of things about where you started from and how did you end up creating LASI and what LASI is? So it's LASI. You told me it's not LASI. You told me it's LASI. But I'm just making sure that I remember correctly. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Exactly. It's
Okay,
Lassie.
great.
Yeah, it's Lassie AI. I guess a couple of things about me. Came to the UK about 9 years ago as a student. Studied drama and performance. Obviously, coming here, I came with pretty much minimal support. So I had to work while I was studying. Finished my studies. Worked in the industry for about a year or so. But I sort of came to the conclusion that um, acting and generally that industry is not for me. So yeah, I started searching for, I guess, something else until stumbled upon technology and cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies were very prevalent back at the time around 2017. It was right
That
after.
was quite early in the you caught the wave quite early.
Yeah,
Indeed,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, somewhat early. It was around 2017, 2018. It was after the I believe the third crash. Um, and just yeah, I was just fascinated. I was fascinated about the technology and basically everything that it can do. So I went into a rabbit hole. I made a bunch of stuff. I made an ICO. And full disclaimer, we never raised any money through the ICO. It was mostly for, I guess, educational purposes.
Yeah.
Uh, even made a brand around it, and buying mechanism, and a bunch of stuff. Like the amount of things I learned there was crazy.
Of course.
Got a job at Sky Media to learn more about advertising, how that world works. I was making an e-commerce marketplace at the same time, which went live. Uh, it went live about a year ago. It was live for about a year until we pivoted to LASI. Yeah, again, learned a bunch of stuff.
So
Learned
for how
programming.
long have you been working on LASI? And just give me a brief description so that the people that are listening to us can understand what LASI is, what you do, and how you do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I started working on LASI this January after pivoting from the marketplace, and the reason why I
Yeah,
pivoted was because I noticed that when it comes to a marketplace, in order to serve your constituents, you need to have enough supply to satisfy the demand,
yeah,
enough demand to satisfy the supply, and
yeah,
you want these atomic networks to be
yeah.
formed,
Sure.
and then expand. And what I noticed was that they had a more immediate problem that I could solve right now. And the problem they had, I guess the target segment I was going after was design.
Yeah,
It was really they people were finding it really hard to make um brand specific designs for the clothing
yeah,
collections.
yeah.
So,
Plus, you
because-
have you have creativity very well, let's say, established within you. So it makes sense that you kind of pivot towards a more creative industry, I would say. I'm I'm I'm
Absolutely.
I'm moving because I'm trying not to cover my logos. Sorry for the dance. Great. So,
Oh, that was
what?
funny.
Please explain to us again what LASIK does, because I want it like very clear and straightforward, because I'm planning on using it, and I believe many people slowly start branding their own companies and their own names even in a manner that LASIK can help. So, what do you do?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, first of
See,
all,
I'm pushing you. I promised I would do, and I am.
no, go ahead. So now, first of all, who is this for? Now, our target segment is people who are using print demand, and essentially they're using print demand services because these are people who want to make a brand, to do something creative, to
Mm,
make some money side, or completely escape the
mm.
socioeconomical bracket. And again, the problem they're having is brand specific design for the collection. So what do we do? We take them through a design process.
Yeah,
And they input information about the brand. We take them through a design process, and in the end, using a generative AI model, they receive their prints in the form of a collection. And we're doing it in a form of a I would say right now in the market, there's nothing quite like this because we are so targeted in essentially what it is that we do. So yeah, this is essentially what we are doing right now.
okay. Got it. Perfect. So just a question that popped up. You
If
said,
if if, if, if I'm not clear enough, please do ask me.
oh, I will. I'm gonna be doing this. No, the question was, you said that you are very targeted in a specific audience, covering a specific need. I just wanted to understand better who the audience would be, so that the people that are listening to us understand who your ideal customer is. Because I understand that you are in a you're currently bootstrapping, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I understand that you're in a phase where you're also searching for your product market fit, etc. So I just want to understand more about, let's say, who your customer is, what's your business model, anything that you would like to tell me about it. I'm open to hear.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, customer is everyday people who want something more.
Yeah.
They want something more
An
from
extra
they want
income,
something.
if I understand correctly.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They start from an extra income, and and they create a clothing brand
Yeah.
in order to do so. Now, normally, in order to make the brand, what they do is they use AI tools like Luca, which makes it easier for people to make brands. They also use things like Printful and Printify as the production partners for as print demand is a lot easier for people to use since you don't need to hold any stock, and
Yeah.
they use Etsy, Shopify, and what have you in order to promote
Yeah.
the brands. And again, the main problem they have is situated between making the brand and uploading the making the brand and uploading the designs into their production partner. Might that be Printful, Printify, or what
Okay.
have you. So
Okay.
this is where we are. This is where this is essentially the problem that we are
Yeah.
that we are solving.
Yeah.
Uh,
There are
which is
sorry for
brand
inter
but
yeah. No, sorry for interrupting you. I was just thinking that there are plenty of AI tools currently which can create designs. There are also ways for you to uh, technically print on demand. So what you're doing is you're connecting the whole journey from the beginning to the print on demand situation where you're actually helping people to identify their brand via a series of questions, if I understand correctly, and getting deeper into their needs, what they're trying to achieve with this print, and making it more tailored to their brand. Do I understand correctly?
Yes, yes and no. Um, so what we are doing is imagine. um, so exactly what you said about generative AI models that produce prints is
Yeah,
correct, and
yeah,
you can definitely use them. However, the problem with those models is that they're very open ended. So essentially, if you use them, you'll get something that will not be on brand.
yeah,
However, in our app you don't have another you essentially don't have another choice rather than getting something on brand
yeah.
because of the design process that we use, and because of the web because of the I guess the web scraping tools that we also have, so that way the print that you're getting will always be specific and tailored to your brand.
To your brand. Okay, and how am I paying you? If I how do you make money? If I let's say I want to create a brand, well, like nice little white t-shirts with very strange and let's say crazy gym logos on them, something like that that I want to give to my friends, etc. Or I actually want to make money of. How do I pay you? Do I make a subscription to your platform? Do I pay you by project?
Yeah, so we have a freemium model.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's
so
a subscription model.
yes, it is a subscription model. So the first tier is free. Now that tier has a limited amount of
Designs.
exactly
Yeah.
output
Yeah.
designs
Makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah.
the next tier is the pay tier that will be £20 £20 per month, which has more credits, meaning more output,
Yeah.
and and at the same time you're getting more features. and then two more. I guess we'll have two more tiers. Business and enterprise. Business will be 40 pounds per person per month for teams of typically 5 to 20 people, and then enterprise for teams of typically 50 to 1,000 people, and that will cost 60 pounds per person per month. And
Great.
when it comes to teams, what's really important is to have things like um, collaboration tools, and other
Yeah,
other tools that are really really important to these teams. But the same time, the needs of an independent fashion brand owner, a small team, is different than the needs of an established brand. So
exactly. Yeah.
there are more tools that we need to build for these sort of customers.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially what this is imagine a mix between Figma and I guess Firefly, Adobe
I
Firefly. I don't
will
know if
act as if I know what these things are now, and I will nod in a very, very persuasive manner. Uh-huh. Hmm.
awesome, awesome.
Okay, so you are not only referring to small companies or individuals like me, for example. You're also might be referring to to businesses, like on a B2B model, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Great.
I think what's really important is to be targeted, and then expanding. So the priority for the first year is those two tiers, the free and the 20 pound premium.
Yeah.
For small businesses, for individuals. However, we obviously have a roadmap for later down the line that serves more people, and I guess our target segment expands in a way.
Okay. Great. So, are you having something in mind on how to keep it scalable in the future? And if you still haven't found exactly what your product market fit is, how are you planning on identifying it? I understand that you're currently searching, so
Okay, awesome. So now these are I guess these are two somewhat different questions.
they
So
are, yeah, indeed. Pardon me for that.
so 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 so,
I could
so
just ask the whole
what I will
interview
do.
now, and then you should remember all the questions.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So, yeah, the first thing that I will go chronologically, and I will talk about the product market fit, the product market fit
Okay,
firstly.
great.
Now, I guess in order to find product market fit, you need to talk to your customers a
Exactly.
lot,
Yeah.
and we have done that with the marketplace, and we are doing it right now with LASI as well. And the good thing is that the target segment is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So we're taking all the lessons that we took from the marketplace, and
Yeah.
many of them we are, and a lot of that feedback we are applying it into LASI. But for example, with Blockmers, we spoke to some 2,000 independent fashion brand owners. We
Mm.
found it. We found a database with a bunch of people, filtered it, and went after them, and we established relationships with many of them. And I think that in order to find product market fit, what's really important is to establish relationships with people, with your customers. Listen to your customers, listen to the struggles. I guess empathize with them, but also try to be them at the same time. Because another thing that we did before we started working on Lassie was we made 14 brands like the ones that our target segment had made, just so we can understand the customers better, just so because if there's a difference. I guess there's a difference between showing that you're empathizing with somebody and actually being in the shoes. And what I wanted to do was to be in the shoes. So yeah, all we have to do is to keep doing what
Interviews and talking to your customers and
we're
understanding. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed any percentage difference with regards to big customers and big customers, big companies and smaller companies? So the question is, it just popped up in my mind. So do you see that you have more demand from individuals or from actual companies? Because what I understand is that also big companies want to create more brand oriented, more tailored, let's say, solutions. And maybe a graphic designer cannot necessarily provide the result needed. And maybe you should change a couple of graphic designers until you find the person who expresses your brand. So maybe this is also a very, let's say, important candidate for your customer persona,
absolutely.
main customer persona. And also these big companies can sustain the subscription model in the sense that they pay more. So it's a
Absolutely,
lot
absolutely.
easier for them to give you a monthly income of this amount.
Absolutely, absolutely. What I say about LASI is that if you are an independent fashion brand owner, this is your designer. If you are a designer, this is your assistant. And if you are a student, for example, this is your calculator, for lack of better words. Um, so when it comes to going to bigger I guess bigger companies,
Yeah,
again, this is something that it's on our roadmap. However, the problem is that in order for bigger clients to pay more, you need to have made more. So an MVP will not really cut it. You know,
yeah,
what you want with the MVP is to go after the people whose hair is on fire,
yeah.
you know, and who are
And
the people who
what part of the market is that though? Because the fashion industry is a crazy, always growing market, ever changing. So I understand that the fashion industry is a big market, but your specific market, how do you see that? Is it big enough? Where is it
uh,
going?
absolutely, absolutely. So I guess a couple of numbers about the fashion industry. The fashion industry right now uh, is worth something like 1.7 trillion dollars this year. And it's growing at a rate of 2.5 year on year, 2.5% year on year. However, the print on demand, which
Mm,
which which is essentially most of our customers, is a lot smaller.
of course.
By a large margin, it's eight. Sorry, the global capitalization is $8 billion dollars. However, it's growing by 26% year on year.
Yeah.
You know, more and more people are using it because because of the I guess the psychographic that we mentioned earlier. These are restless people who want more and what have you. They're using it, and you know and the reason why I mentioned that their hair is on fire is because again, having brand specific unique designs is the main problem they have. And what do I mean by that? So I was doing the pitch deck the other day, and I was doing the process of, I guess, the design process of a typical print demand user. And basically what they do is they they start with the tools that the print on demand tool has. Let's say the toolset that they give, out, and because they can't find something, they can't make something that fits their brand. They start talking to designers, and they get shocked by how much designers are charging.
Yeah,
So
which
they
makes sense though. I mean that if I were a designer, I would want my work to be, you know, paid. On the other hand, if I'm an individual and I cannot I cannot have access to a designer, then this is a solution. That's why I was trying to understand who is the best customer. On the other hand, there's also the, as we said before, big companies which can hire designers, but their brand is so specific and so, the other side, the the brand is so specific, and their solutions should be so tailored that again they might need this approach.
exactly
So yeah, I get where you're going with that. And the question is, you said it's a scaling market. I understand that. I also understand that there are more niche markets within the market that might need more attention. For example, before I mentioned the gym situation. Many gym owners or people who work around supplements and work with supplements or anything like that want to have their own personalized brand, which is also something that you might want to look into. Um, and now the question is, are there other people doing this? So do you have any competition? You probably do, because competition is not only direct, it's also indirect competitors, of course. Um,
exactly. Just touching them on the markets and the B2B and everything. Uh, you know, going B2B is the next step.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, makes sense.
okay, awesome. So when it comes to competition, yes, we do have competition. There's Scala in the space. There's Merge Dominator. There's I don't know how to pronounce it. I call it Pietra, Pietra or Pietra. I'm really not sure. But but I guess the thing that we are doing that nod is we are a lot more targeted on creating prints, whereas they we're a lot more targeted on one specific thing, whereas everybody else what they try to do is to be everything to everybody. And
Yeah.
that's why many times what you see is that the user experience is not that good. And the
Mm,
reason is because they're small, and they try to stretch themselves too thin in order to I guess, serve as many people as possible.
yeah.
But the thing about the thing about markets is that sorry, the thing about markets is that if you're doing something and you're doing it well, and you're having a tool that's attractive, the market expands. Think of social media and how that market has expanded
Yeah, I
with,
understand, I
with
get
like
it.
with like having a great user experience, and the same thing with space, the same thing with so many
Yeah.
other
So if I understand correctly, sorry, if I continue. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes you just like, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. This is my point. We are a lot more targeted. I guess who it is that we're serving, we are making the right amount of features to serve these people, and we are very focused on brand specificity, whereas everybody else is not really
Yeah.
often
You
on
have a
brand
more
specific.
tailored approach.
Absolutely,
Got
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
Perfect. Um, I don't think it's time for me to ask about financials because you're in a very early stage, and I just hope that everything goes smoothly. But I could always ask you if you have started making any money with this project of yours, and when do you feel that you will be cash flow positive? Because I understand that currently you're bootstrapping, as you told me before.
Exactly. Right now we are bootstrapping, and we are essentially doing work pro bono. We're doing pro bono work in order to enrich our waiting list. So essentially, if anybody out there is listening, what they can do is they can go into our website, LASI AI, and they can drop their email, and they can get a brand specific print. Now, when it comes to the financials, we are looking to raise about 300K to add 2 million pre-money valuation. That will give us about 9-10 months of runway.
Mm,
The MVP will be done in 1 month after I guess the initial financing has been done. Um, we'll start making money by the end of month 3. We will be cash flow positive by the end of month 6, and we should be profitable by the end of the year, with approximately 1.4 million in goings, and that's based on our projections. Um, yeah.
that was
The
that was
financials.
many numbers. I was not expecting all of this information. So you told me everything I wanted to know with regards to whether you're currently raising funds and how much how much you're raising. And I understand that you also told me that you have a strategy for using it. And the only question is, how do you have any strategies that you want to share with me with regards to how you're planning on growing after the first year? And then you can tell me about your team so that we know what the background is, how they can support it, etc.
Absolutely. So, the way we'll grow. So I guess with a product like this, what's really important is to build relationships with people. It's about people using your product, referring your products to others. So gamifying referrals is one of the strategies that
Yeah,
we are making use of. Yeah, I guess another thing is influencers and tutorials, tapping into other people's
yeah,
industries, is also important. So I guess expanding on that, and the education
yeah,
that comes out of a product,
yeah,
that's how we'll get growth. But the same time, I understand we don't have a lot of time. So, sorry,
no,
but
it's
the same.
okay, it's okay, we're gonna make it. Just yeah.
Okay, awesome. But yeah, at the same time, partnering with um, the likes of Printful, Printfy, or other
Yeah,
or other.
strategic partnerships would make perfect sense in your case.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Is really, really important. So yeah, and when it comes to the team,
The team, the experience, and what they have to offer, do they bring to the table?
Absolutely, absolutely. So right now we are two people, myself and my co-founder. We're looking for four more people. We're looking
Oh,
for
great. Can you share with me?
absolutely. We're looking for a full stack developer, machine learning engineer, um, marketing. Sorry, three more people. My bad. I was thinking about myself. And a sales and marketing person.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
in essence, we will be five people. And, these people will help us build the product, build the product, and release the MVP and everything else.
Of course.
Now, when it comes to the experience that we have, we've obviously worked with technology. We've learned programming. We've worked with machine learning. We've worked with with a bunch of stuff at the same time. We've done art and fashion
Mm,
in many I guess in many different timelines of our I guess education and careers, and at the same time we are we're very well versed in the e-commerce and
yeah.
commerce general
That
aspect
sounds
of the
very,
whole.
very promising. As we understand that the more experienced the team is, the more uh, good it will roll within the first months.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I don't know if I have more time. I kind of want to touch on a few things about the team.
Yeah, just give me a second. Give me a second. Wait. And we're back again.
And we're
Sorry for the short break. So we were talking about the experience and the team, and you wanted to elaborate on that. So please.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we talked about the team in terms of if we think about a Venn diagram with um, where we have um, fashion slash art in one circle, technology and AI in another, and then we have commerce in another. We are essentially in the middle because we have experience in all of them. But at the same time, another thing that I want to say is that right now we have pretty solid product person, and we have a pretty great process person.
So
So
you are the product person, if I understand.
exactly, exactly. I'm the product person's, and the reason why I'm saying pretty solid is because a lot of my ideas and products have been validated through competitions in Sky and Sky Labs, and the fact that I've won several of these competitions, and I've seen my suggestions and my the products that I've designed become reality
Yeah.
in a organization. Is it's just awesome. Um, I think it's pretty great to me because I don't have a formal product background. Essentially everything that I've learned, I've taught myself. So in a way it's pretty awesome for me, and great. And talking about the process person, I'm talking about my co-founder Nicole, who is
Nicole,
sh-
can you also say her full name, please? Nicole?
absolutely, absolutely. Nicole Callahan
Nicole
is
Callahan. Great.
absolutely, absolutely. She's my co-founder. We've known each other for ages since since the university. We've worked together in pretty much all of the all of the products that we worked. I guess all of the products that we built have come out of have come out of our conversations. And yeah, when I say she's a great process person, is because what she's done is in her own let's say, day job, she managed to take a company from a startup phase and turn it into an enterprise one
Yeah.
by putting systems and processes in place. She was a part of three people, and they managed to roll out change for a company of 400 people,
Yeah.
which is which is incredible.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it
if she were
is.
here, she'd be able to elaborate a little further, and talk a lot more than I can about all these kind of things. So right now we have essentially two people who can make and maintain and scale something really decent. Uh, um, but aside of that, another thing that I want to say is, right now, you can learn whatever you want. Right, all the knowledge is out there. Might that be on YouTube or
Yeah.
uh, on all of these large language models, where you can ask a question, you can get an answer, and you can essentially make whatever you want
Yeah.
at a lower cost than what you would. So all of the industries that I guess the existing industries and the ones that are being created right now are being driven by passion, and I think that what we have I guess our main unique selling point is our mindset. It's a growth mindset. It's a passion. It's this relentless desire, this insatiable desire for creating something great. And I think that the inability to quit. I think this is what it.
Yeah, this is extremely important, and since you're also searching for people, and we have access to a very big community of people in tech, I want to ask, since when would you like to have these 3 hires completed? Because it's important that we also inform people out there that you're searching for personnel and people to
Absolutely.
collaborate with.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to say that I've spoken to a lot of talent, and there's a good indicator here, because I've seen that people are excited to join us. Um, Now, I would say that the first hire should be done around September time. Um, we should be able to, let's say, get some money in the next few months. Now I understand, because
Yeah.
because of fundraising, there's not much that I guess I can say publicly. But yeah, I would say the first hire should be done around September time.
Great.
Yeah.
And the first person you would like to hire would be?
Machine, machine learning engineer, and yeah, I guess that would be the
Yeah.
first person. Full stack, is also really important, and sales and marketing as well, because what's really important about making a product is, people from different disciplines
Yeah.
coming together and creating the product, creating the features, and creating a story about the features.
Yeah.
Having the marketing person making stories about the features, and input, having an input and an impact in the whole building process is really important. Having a company that's working harmoniously. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's essentially
Yeah,
what we
sure.
want.
Sure. So great. This is very important that you told me, because also people might want to get connected, etc., etc. I believe that they can find you both in LinkedIn and in your website, which is LASI AI. And
Um,
Stavro, I'm very confident that with your mindset and the experience that you have, and all of these years abroad have helped you to, I don't know, my limbs are just going in and out of sight. So I believe that with your experience in several industries, you can drive this in a manner that will be super successful. And I can only wait to listen. I cannot wait to listen and know how this is going. And of course, hopefully, our community will get back with talent and showing some love to LASI AI. I'd love to close this with your vision and anything that you would like to share with our Greek and non-Greek listeners.
Absolutely, absolutely. When it comes to the vision, essentially what we want is to, I guess, I guess I've talked about closing the gap between idea and reality, but how about closing the gap between desire and reality? How cool would that be? What if the only thing that you needed was to desire something, and that's taking care of you? And that's what lowers the barrier to entry, so that more people can become creators, and that creates abundance. I believe Peter Diamandis talks about a world of abundance, and what he says is that a world of abundance is not it's not everybody to have the same thing, but it's going from the haves and have-nots to the haves and the super haves. So what if
You quoted a
the only
person I really like, and respect for that. Yeah, I really like Peter. Yeah,
It's awesome.
I get your vision, and I believe that it's super important to for people like me who are not extremely tech savvy and other people like myself to
Lowering the barrier
have the ability to enter this world of creativity without feeling that they're left out, left behind, and learn in the process and learn how to do it on by themselves.
exactly, and become better, incrementally better by doing so.
Exactly.
Constantly. This is essentially what you want, because if the first bar is too high, it excludes so many
Oh,
people
it
that
excludes
would
the
have
whole
been
process. Yeah,
truly,
exactly.
you
Yeah,
know,
perfect.
exactly.
We did not only talk about LASI, we also did some philosophy here, and all of our talks have been extremely philosophical. I love it, and I just cannot wait to
Hey, great.
listen what the future has to offer for you. I want to wish for the best, and I believe in you, and I hope everything goes smoothly and well. So thank you so much for being here with me today. It was such a pleasure.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you for having me. And if you ever want to do it again, I'm game.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think we should do it again after the MVP is completed and after the first year of actual income. I want to hear if your projections were correct, and hopefully they were. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to us. It was a pleasure being here today with Stavros, and see you on the next episode.
All right, awesome. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Yeah, yeah.